Welcome to Sixers Talk Now. Let's talk some Sixers now. After last night's disappointing loss to the Denver Nuggets, there has been a lot of discussion surrounding our bench. The Sixers bench has been a major talking point all over social media, Sixers media, and it's whether or not this bench is good enough. Like, is this bench good enough for the Sixers to win a championship? We just saw last night and the previous game, right? Back-to-back games, our bench was outscored enormously. Last night we got outscored 45-14 against the Nuggets, and the night before that our bench got outscored 51-19 against the Magic. So it's been a struggle the past couple nights for our bench to generate offense. And again, it's a fair thing to start wondering, right? It's a fair question to ask if this bench is good enough for us to get to the next level and for us to win a championship. Now, do I think that the bench is an issue? Do I think that this bench is going to prevent us from winning a title? I do think that our bench could be better, but I think that having a deep rotation, having a deep bench is kind of overrated. Like in the regular season, yeah, like in the regular season, if you can go 10 deep, you're going to be a really good regular season team. But we know this, man. We've seen playoff basketball. Every year when you get to the playoffs, rotations shorten. Championship teams only need to go about 8 deep, 9, even 9. Like if you can get 9 deep, that's tremendous. Anything other than that is a luxury, and you don't always need the same 8 or 9 to come up big. Like you see it all the time in playoff games where somebody off the bench has a night where they score 20-25 and the team wins, and then he might not score 20-25 again throughout the playoffs or in that series. So you don't need a bench that's 10 deep. You need 8 or 9 guys that you can really rely on. Last night, Georges Niang and Danny Green got wide open looks. They were just missing them, right? Like if Danny Green knocks down a couple of those mid-range shots, if Niang makes a couple of those wide open threes, the game is completely different. We also have Shake Milton, who's been battling injuries and been inconsistent all year, but you know, maybe he's rounding himself into form, and hopefully come playoff time, he's ready to go. But this idea that like we can't go 10 deep and that's a problem, like that's ridiculous. Most teams can't go 10 deep. And even the ones that can go 10 deep in the regular season don't typically go 10 deep in the postseason, right? Again, you need 8 guys that you can rely on, 8 to 9. Anything past that is a luxury. Now, I will say we definitely need to find another guy that we can rely on offensively off the bench. Like right now, Niang is the guy. He's been pretty consistent for us. Like I think we kind of know what we're getting from him. Last night was a rough night, but I think that we know that we can trust Niang to be able to hit shots off the bench. But Shake Milton, he's a guy that you would love to see start stepping up and start being more consistent. And if not Shake, it kind of becomes like who, right? Is it Danny Green? Maybe Danny Green can start hitting some shots. I would like to see Korkmaz start to get back in the rotation so that that's a 6'9", 6'10" guy who can stretch the floor. Like to have Korkmaz be able to knock down shots would be huge for us. He hasn't been playing at all. I don't really know why. I guess he's kind of just falling out of the rotation. But I think the bigger issue with this bench is we have to defend. Like last night, we went to our second unit and we just couldn't get stops. That's the issue with the Sixers right now. It's not the bench. It's not that we can't go 10 deep. It's that we're not defending at a high level. And our bench players in particular, like Niang has to be able to come in and get some stops. Shake, Danny Green, whoever it is coming off the bench, they have to be able to come in and defend. I also wouldn't be surprised if come playoff time you see a guy like Paul Millsap who's going to be able to rest every other night, who's a veteran who's been there before. It wouldn't surprise me if Millsap started to get some of those DeAndre Jordan minutes, but we know Doc Rivers loves DeAndre Jordan. I want to hear from you guys, man. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the bench will be the downfall of the Sixers? I really don't. I don't see how our bench isn't good enough. Like I don't think you need a great bench. You need a bench that's good enough. And I think that our bench is. If we're scoring 110 points a game, it doesn't matter who's scoring it. The bigger issue is we need to defend 1 through 8. Like our starters need to defend better. Our bench needs to defend better. What do you guys think, man? Sound off in the comment section below. If you made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. Keep it locked right here. Sixers Talk Now. Peace.